Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Alexis. Today we are going to be talking about side hustles and extra income for the month of February. So for those of you that have been around for a while, you know I am very transparent with my money, both the comings and the goings. And for a while now, I have wanted to add extra income. However, I didn't know how to do that. So I have my Etsy shop. It is always linked down below. And that is a great part-time source of income, but it's not really consistent for me yet. And while I do hope one day that it can become a full-time income or even more consistent part-time income, it's just not enough for me to count on yet. So I added a different hustle to it. So first thing, we're going to talk about how much I actually made from Etsy for the month of February, and then I'll give you the numbers for the part-time thing that I've been doing. I wanted to work a part-time job, but I do have a full-time job and I have kids that I have full-time. So part-time jobs don't really work for me because you are on somebody else's schedule, and I don't always have the same schedule every week. My week might look differently. You know, sometimes I may have somebody that's able to watch my kids one day, and then the next day they may not be able to. And that's okay because they're my responsibility. But I still wanted to bring in some extra income. So I did Uber Eats this month. I chose Uber Eats just because it was something I was familiar with. I knew people who did it. I signed up through somebody, and through the promotion that I signed up under, if I delivered 75 orders within 45 days, then I would receive up to $725, and the person that I signed up under would get up to $150. So I thought that this was a good option. You know, you're an independent driver. You work when you want, and when you don't, you don't. So let's go over the numbers for Etsy, and I'll also share with you guys a weekly breakdown of how much I made from Uber Eats. So my Etsy numbers for February was $71.53. I have it down on my phone. So if you see me looking, that's what I'm doing. So Etsy was $71.53. I didn't have any expenses in February because those were things that I had already made, or had already purchased outside of February. So that was a profit, which I guess is good. Again, it's not really consistent, so I'm trying to work at it, but let's talk about Uber Eats. So I officially did Uber Eats January 28th. I am going to include that payment in with this calculation because I elected to get paid weekly instead of daily. I think you can cash it out daily. I just chose not to. I do it weekly so that it's something that I can count on, and so that I can actually use it at that time. For the first week for Uber Eats, I made $35.11, and that was just January 28th. At that time, I didn't even know if it was something that was worth doing. In later videos, I can include how many hours I actually drive to make this amount, but I believe that first payment was just like a couple of hours, an hour, maybe an hour and a half. The next week, I did not have a payment from Etsy, but my Uber Eats payment was $252.41. It is my goal when I drive to at least make $250. Some weeks I do really well at it, and then others, if I don't feel like driving, I don't get it. And that's what the next week was. So for the third week, I did not make anything from Etsy. And for Uber Eats, I got $97.77. To be clear, I get paid monthly from Etsy. So when I say I didn't make anything from Etsy, it's not me saying that I literally earned $0. It's just I didn't cash anything out for that week. I elect to get paid monthly from Etsy just because it's not consistent. So I want it to kind of pile up together so that if I have to buy supplies or something, I'm not coming out of my pocket for it, and I'm actually taking it from my small business. The fourth week, our Uber Eats total was $192.94. And the final week was $311.72. So for those 5 weeks, that's the last week of January all the way to the end of February, I made a total of $961.44. That was $71.53 from Etsy, and $889.91 from Uber Eats. The goal for the month for both side hustles combined is $1,000. I absolutely think that this is possible, but like I said, sometimes I had a sitter, sometimes I didn't have a sitter, sometimes I had motivation, sometimes I didn't. And that's why we came up a little short. For the promotion, I did get the 75 orders or the 75 deliveries within the first month. And so I received an extra $60 from that. And then the person I signed up under did receive $150. I think that's awesome for both of us. So going forward, I do plan to continue to drive. Like I said, I can't work a part-time job traditionally speaking. I do have a full-time job. I am a full-time mom. At this time, there's no co-parenting or joint parenting. It's just me. And I am so grateful and thankful for my family and their help and support that they allow me and provide for me. But ultimately, it's not their responsibility. So if on a Friday night, I want to go drive, but I don't have a sitter, then I don't go drive, and that's just what it is. And I'm okay with that. That's why this kind of works perfectly for me, because I can set my own schedule, my own hours, and I can determine how much money I really want to make from it. Because if I need money, if a bill comes up randomly and I need to be able to pay for it, I can go drive and I can get the money for it that way. So I like that because it's giving me a little bit more control over my life and my personal finances. That is going to do it for today's video though. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. You are already here. I appreciate you so much. Comment down below any side hustles that you're doing, anything that you have started doing in your life to add some extra income to your pockets as well. That is going to do it. I will see you guys in the next video.